Have you ever looked at the world around you, the headlines, the conflicts, the shifting values, and wondered, what on earth is happening? It's a question many people are asking. Today, we're going to explore this from a perspective that has offered answers and hope for 2,000 years. We'll delve into the prophecies about the final signs of Jesus' return, not to cause fear, but to foster understanding and peace in a world that often feels chaotic. First, let's talk about one of the most frequently mentioned signs: widespread turmoil and conflict. Jesus himself spoke of this, saying we would hear of wars and rumors of wars. He advised, "See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom." Think about it. In our interconnected age, we're more aware than ever of global conflicts. News travels in an instant. This isn't just about battles on distant fields. It's about a spirit of division that we can see everywhere, from international disputes to political polarization within our own communities. The key here isn't to be frightened by the headlines, but to see them as a fulfillment of what was foretold, a reminder that history is unfolding according to a divine plan. Alongside these conflicts, the Bible points to an increase in natural disasters. Jesus mentioned famines and earthquakes in various places. Again, with our modern technology, we witness these events with unprecedented clarity and frequency. We see devastating earthquakes, powerful hurricanes, widespread droughts, and record-breaking floods. While our planet has always had natural cycles, many observers note an intensification of these events. The scriptures frame these not as random acts of nature, but as the beginning of birth pains. This is a powerful metaphor. Birth pains are intense and difficult, but they signal that something new and wonderful is about to arrive. They are not a sign of the end of everything, but the beginning of a new creation. Another significant sign is a great spiritual shift. The Bible predicts two parallel trends. On one hand, there will be a great falling away, where many who once held to faith will depart from it, turning to deceptive teachings and prioritizing self-interest over truth. We can see this in the growing secularism in many parts of the world and the rise of philosophies that place humanity at the center of everything, rejecting any higher authority. It's a time of moral confusion, where what was once considered wrong is celebrated, and traditional values are often dismissed. This can be disheartening, but it was predicted. At the very same time, the Bible promises an incredible counter-movement: the global proclamation of the gospel. Jesus stated clearly, "And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." This is one of the most astonishingly accurate prophecies. For the first time in human history, this is literally possible. Through the internet, satellite broadcasts, and the tireless work of missionaries, the message of Jesus' love and redemption is reaching the most remote corners of the globe. Languages that never had a written Bible now do. People in closed-off nations are finding faith through digital means. This great harvest of souls happening right now is a beautiful and powerful sign of hope amidst the turmoil. Let's also consider the nation of Israel. The Bible's prophecies are deeply intertwined with Israel and the Jewish people. For nearly 2,000 years, they were scattered across the globe. Many thought the prophecies concerning Israel were purely symbolic, but in 1948, a miracle occurred. Israel was re-established as a nation in its ancestral homeland. This event was a seismic shift in the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Jesus used the parable of the fig tree, often seen as a symbol for Israel, saying, "As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts out its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also, when you see all these things, you know that he is near, at the very gates." The restoration of Israel is like the budding of that fig tree, a clear and undeniable sign that the season of his return is drawing near. The continued focus of world events on this tiny nation is no accident. It is central to the biblical narrative of the end times. Another sign that hits close to home is a change in the character of humanity. The Apostle Paul gave a detailed list of what people would be like in the last days. He wrote that people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. Does this sound familiar? We live in a culture that often glorifies self-worship, materialism, and instant gratification. The rise of social media has in some ways amplified this focus on self-image and personal gain. While there have always been selfish people, the Bible points to this mindset becoming a defining characteristic of society at large. Recognizing this trend isn't about judging others, but about examining our own hearts and choosing to cultivate a spirit of love, gratitude, and humility instead. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, is the sign of anticipation itself. There's a growing sense among believers all over the world that something is about to happen. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a spiritual alertness, a sense of watching and waiting that the Holy Spirit places in the hearts of his people. Jesus urged his followers to be ready, like servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding feast. He said, "Therefore you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect." This readiness isn't about hiding away in fear. It's about living with purpose, joy, and urgency. It's about sharing the hope we have with others. It's about loving our neighbors, caring for the needy, and being a light in a darkening world. So when we put all these pieces together, the global turmoil, the natural disasters, the spiritual falling away paired with the worldwide spread of the gospel, the re-emergence of Israel, and the changes in society's character, a clear picture emerges. It's a picture painted thousands of years ago that looks remarkably like our world today. The purpose of these signs is not to set dates or create panic. In fact, Jesus specifically said, "No one knows the day or the hour." The purpose is to awaken us, to lift our eyes from our immediate troubles and see the grander story that God is writing. It's a call to check our own hearts and ensure our faith is genuine. Are we living for today or for eternity? This message is ultimately one of incredible hope. It promises that the pain, injustice, and suffering of this world are not the final chapter. A day is coming when all things will be made new. Understanding these signs should fill us with a profound sense of peace and purpose. It means our lives have meaning in this exact moment of history. We are here for such a time as this. So let's live with hope, let's love extravagantly, and let's share the good news that the King is coming. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our future discussions. God bless you and stay watchful.